Shut up and sit down.
Welcome to the Bricks King podcast, where I'm going to bend your ear about Lego, review those amazing bricks of plastic, discuss what is new and up and coming around the Lego world. I'm your minifig host, Matt. Let's build on it. Welcome in, everybody. How are we doing today? Hopefully you're doing quite lovely. Hopefully you caught the last episode about the Hocus Pocus Disney Sanderson Sisters house, crazy, whatever you want to call it. It was a great build, a lot of fun to discuss. However, today we're doing something a little bit different. You could call it an interview, you could call it a review, you could call it a collaboration. You could honestly call it whatever you want, but it's kind of a mix of all of those things. And today you get to hear one of the new things that I've wanted to do, wanted to try, and just kind of see where things went. So I'm not going to give away any more details. We're just going to go ahead and jump into this interview, review, collaboration. Okay, guys, I told you that we were going to be trying something new. And I'm joined by somebody completely different that you've never heard before. And there's a very good reason for it. We're trialing a new segment, which you guys know, and Kids with Lego. So I'm joined by Elise Adix. See, I'm just now finding out after 5 years. She's been lying to me. So Elise is here. Elise, thank you for taking your time to join me today.
You're welcome. So
Elise, I know about you, but the other people don't know about you. All the people around the world that are listening. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am a fourth grader here at Roberta Tipp's STEAM Academy. And Mr. King has been my coach for ever since I started at this school, since I was a kindergartner. And I have started dance when I was like 3 and just been dancing for my whole life, and it's just a really great life here at Roberta Tipp's, and I'm glad he's my PE coach. Oh my God, you're gonna make me cry. Not really. Maybe when I go back and listen to this. So you're here because we're gonna talk Lego. I did not know this. You are a giant Lego fan. I am. And we're talking about the Hocus Pocus house, which you had before me, and I was kind of angry. Which is okay, because I eventually got to it. But I asked you to, hey, do you want to do an episode with me? Because you are very well spoken, and you have no problem using your voice in any part of the day. So, when did you start using Lego? Maybe since I was like 7, and my mom bought me, well, I don't know who bought me my first set, but whoever bought me my first set was a friend set, and I built it, and I'm like, I really like Legos. And so then she's like, great, you can start building more. So now over the years, we have a whole dresser full. I have the Disney castle in my room. And then I'm going to give a Santa with his list and toys and reindeer to Santa when he comes to my house this Christmas.
Okay, that works. I believe you. So do you have, obviously we're going to talk about the Hocus Pocus, but do you have a favorite theme? Like, I know some people like Ninjago, some people like City, some people like Friends. Do you have a certain favorite right now?
It would probably be Friends, or my favorite set would probably be my very big and so many piece Disney Castle.
Yeah, a lot of people like the Disney Castle. It's hard to find.
And this one is the one that is discontinued.
Oh, that's right. You told me about that. Mm-hmm. Do you have any idea how much people pay on the internet for that now? Like, way more than what it is. You could have bought it.
10,000?
I don't think it's probably that much. I would say probably $800. People, $900. So you have your favorite set. I love Friends. I think they've really done a good job. They've gotten so much better, and people are like, you're a guy. Why would you like Friends? Because it's incredible. Duh. So Elise, yes. We know Lego and stuff like that. Is there anything that you're like, I really, really want this? I know Christmas is around the corner. Mm-hmm. There's got to be something.
Like a toy or Lego set?
Lego, duh.
Probably the 100th anniversary like camera. My mom bought it from like my pop and someone else.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, so we're gonna switch gears. We're gonna talk about the Hocus Pocus house.
Okay.
I'm still jealous that you got it before me. We are not friends. Yes, we are. So what after you build it? There's a lot of cool stuff to it, and we can talk about some of it. After you're done, what was the biggest thing you were like, holy crap, this is so cool?
Probably just like the details that gone into this. I'm like the wheel that you can turn and like the fire that comes up.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Which is I did not expect that. And I did the same thing you did after I built it, and I was like, whoa. I went into my 8-year-old self and I was like, holy, that is cool. So you talked about details and we'll open it up and talk about a little bit inside. But the outside has a lot of detail.
Yes, when it has lots of character.
That is a great way to phrase it. A lot of character. I've never heard anybody describe it like that before. So we have a few things here. Before we jump into the inside and talk about anything else, they have a lot of minifigures with it. They've got a very, what am I trying to say? A good plethora of variants and minifigures. Which one is your favorite? There's got to be one.
This one.
This one, I don't know. It's the redheaded witch, y'all. I can't remember her name.
I can't either. I can only remember this one, and her name is Sarah.
Sarah, okay.
This one's Winifred.
Okay. I'm going to take your word. I'm going to take your word for it. Okay. So that is your favorite. I love the little girl with the witch costume that she's wearing, but I think they did a pretty good job. What are your thoughts?
I'm speechless because it's like so cool because like you can switch their heads and like they're scared and like they're like tasing him with her green hand like holders that come out of her hands.
With her lightning that she's got in the movie. Yeah. If you guys could see that, she had her arms up above with her fingers spread out like a monster with her mouth agape. It was kind of weird. Definitely a visual bit there. So let's go ahead and we'll talk about the inside here.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
They are coming out with a Hocus Pocus 3 movie.
Not it.
I want to watch it.
Okay.
Because like I have the Squishmallow versions of the Three Sisters.
What? Okay.
It's a stuffed animal.
Okay. You said Squishmallow. I'm assuming that's what it was.
Yeah, it's a stuffed animal brand.
Okay. All right. So we've opened this thing up, and I asked you off air, where do you want to begin on this? And you decided you want to start at the bottom, and I'll work the way up. That's the best way to do it. Everything is so crammed in there; it's hard to see. But tell me what you had mentioned, the thing that you wanted to lead off with. Go ahead and tell me about it.
There's a block that's inserted underneath the floors that like you press a button and it lights up. So then it's the fire and it lights up underneath the
under the cauldron.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So what she's describing is the light brick. It does have a technic mechanism with a green ball on the end that you guys press, obviously, which you know. Mm-hmm. You know, and that like you were so excited that I gotta talk about the fire.
I'm like this.
And you had mentioned something else, and I couldn't remember what it was called about the candle. What's it called?
The black flame candle.
The black flame candle. Do you know what it does?
Once they light it, they come back to life for the one night of Halloween, and they have to like make the potion, and I think that's what the green bubbles are in there to get like a kid to drink it, and then they suck the lives so they can live. And so once that thing burns out, they start to like disappear.
Not cool. Not cool at all. You have the book of spells in here. What did you think about that?
I think that was pretty cool. Like you make the glass.
Yeah.
And I just wish they had like little cracks in it so like you can pretend like the book flies out. Oh,
I see what you're saying. Like in the glass. Mm-hmm. That would have probably been pretty cool. They could have done a clear back sticker, just like you had mentioned, kind of with the crack. That would have been pretty neat. There's a lot of things inside. You did mention about the water wheel on the outside that turns to get the flame go out or to go up and down, which is really neat. Is there anything else? Because there's a lot that's crammed into here. You sound like you're a giant fan of the movie. I haven't seen it in a couple of years. So, but you were telling me things that I totally forgot about or could not remember.
Like their like broomsticks, like one's like a broomstick, then like one's like a vacuum.
A vacuum cleaner, yeah.
Like an old time vacuum cleaner. And then like the skeletons in the cages, like when they put the kids that were like the bullies to the boy,
yeah.
They put in the cages and zap them.
Yeah. Well, those are dead boys.
Yeah, they crumbled in and just skeletons are left of them who've died.
So you had mentioned you wanted to go from the bottom to the top. Mm-hmm. I thought the bed was kind of neat. That was a neat touch.
Yeah.
It was a weird way that they did it. This chair is squeaking, y'all. I don't have gas.
It would have been funny if you did.
So you've got the brooms in there. I really thought the vacuum cleaner broom was really neat. That was really cool. With the roof, there's only one section that opens so that you can get in there. I've got big, fat, grown-up hands, and you've got big, fat, grown-up hands too because you're like 10 feet tall. So did you like the ability that they did with the roof?
I've learned something new. You can do this. Like, you can flip it to where this is on the outside.
Oh, interesting. So what she did is she took the roof. It's on Technic arms, and it's pinned in. And what she was talking about is the greebling on the roof is facing down. So it kind of, you see the anti-studs on the back. So that's what she was talking about. It's interesting. See, this is why kids are so much smarter sometimes. Because you just thought of something that I would have never looked at.
Well, once I got it, I'm like, this roof can do many things. And once I did that, I'm like, yeah, this roof is very flexible with the like bulbs and hands thingies that just create it to move. Is there anything else in here? I was a big fan of the cauldron. I thought that was super cool. I loved the book. Is there anything else in here that you're kind of like, you know what, I had fun building this part, or I really like the idea of this? I like you can spin the like you can move the candle chandelier right here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the one that the chandelier, obviously the one that's hanging and spinning around. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like this front side, like the entrance, like the sign that says like the house and like mailbox, that looks weird.
It does look weird. With
the 3 holes in it.
Yes. You like that? I thought it was really neat. What was I going to say? I was just going to say something about that. That's all right. We can edit this part out. Just don't curse, okay?
I don't like to curse, and I don't know all the curse words, really.
Good. Mom's in the background making faces like, oh my God. So you were kind of messing about with some things. Is this something that you're just going to build and leave it sit, or was it something that you kind of like played around with, moved the minifigs around?
I kind of like played around with it since we have like this big dresser that we put it on. So we put it on, and I had I had to make the girls like move into positions.
Oh, okay.
And once I'm done with them, like we'll bring them back out, but like I don't really like to play with them because it messes them up. And like I don't want to mess them up because I just messed my Disney castle up. The point came off because I was trying to wipe my mirror that's behind it.
You just made a lot of adults happy that you didn't play with it after it got built.
Because it looks nice, and I don't want to like mess it up. Like if I do play with it, I'd be very careful and I put it back where I found it, like in the house. Like if that's there and I had it out here, I'll be like.
Do you know how many times I knocked over the black candle trying to put things in there? I can't even count how many times it happened.
Well, like I'm trying to reach in here to do something, and this thing just keeps breaking and breaking and breaking. I'm like, stop!
I completely get it. Do you have any other final thoughts about this?
Awesome. I would recommend buying it.
Okay, you would recommend buying it. If you were going to give it a rating of 1 to 10, because when people like myself, when we get this to review, we have to submit a report, and we have to tell the design team, 10 being there's nothing wrong with it, it's absolutely perfect, or 1 being throw it away.
I would say it's probably a 9.
Okay.
Because there are some things like the glass that could have been broken, and maybe like going fully around like a sticker with the candle.
Okay. Instead of just part of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it looks off.
It looks off. I like that. That is critical feedback. So I'm going to take that and put it in my report, because I just asked somebody, it's myself and whoever, listeners or whatever, and they can email and say, yeah, that's kind of cool, but I wish they would have done this, because the designers like that. They like hearing, oh yeah, you know what, we could have done something a little bit different. So you at 10 years old,
I'm 9.
9. Okay. You look like you're 16.
My dad's 6'7". I forgot.
No, I said you look 16.
I get from a tall family.
I know you come from a tall family. This is good banter. Okay.
Make it an hour and 30 like the brothers, like the one that plays on the brothers that play on football teams. Like they their podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do hour and a half podcasts. I do not. Anything else that you wanted to chat about Lego? Not necessarily about this, anything that you're excited about or that you would hope, like you're like, you know what? The Disney castle was really cool. I would like to see something else, whether Disney or something else.
I feel like they should make like a new one, like a bigger, I don't know if they had this out, but like a bigger version of like the Haunted Mansion and more detailed because they have a tiny one. Because my mom is a big fan, like a huge, like 100%.
A fan of the
Haunted Mansion.
The Haunted Mansion. I'm sure it'll be coming at some point. Maybe.
If they don't, I'm writing a review that they didn't do it, and I want them to do it for my mom.
Well, at least you want it done for your mom, which is important. Okay. Any final thoughts about anything before we get out of here?
Let's move on to that piece.
Oh, I totally forgot about it.
Yeah, I'm like, let's move on to the next tiny piece.
It's the little tiny piece. If you guys don't know, things break away so that you can get to it. This one is like the little side of
cooking area where they have the chair that they strain the kids to and like a timer, and they have a tiny cauldron in a bag. And I feel like after like the show when they put the cat in the bag, they do that. The black cat's pretty cool out front in front of the gates. So yeah, and the pumpkins and like just the overgrown all outside, and it's really cool.
I would agree with you. And we talked about it when we first started, all the exterior stuff, all the little details, which make a huge deal, because if it was just all flat, it'd be pretty boring. I wouldn't like it.
Kick Lego's butt for that.
I think somebody's going to be writing you an email. Okay. All right. Well, I think we're going to get out of here, guys. And I hope you enjoyed this with Elise. I had a blast. Elise, I think we might have to do this again in the future.
That sounds great.
Any last words of maybe advice to other kids or adults? Or
Legos are very fun to play with or like build. So I'm dyslexic, and I learned that dyslexia people like to build Legos. So if you're dyslexic, maybe try doing like a tiny Lego set and see if you like it. Legos are very fun.
So now that you brought that up, do Lego sets help you with dyslexia in any kind of way?
Yeah, just like fingers, even though like some pieces get stuck, I'm like in my skin, I'm like, but it like takes my mind off stuff sometimes. It
is a good stress relief. Very much so.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you, Elise, for joining me. And
you're welcome.
I'll talk to you again in the future, hopefully.
Before I leave the school.
Before you leave the school, yeah.
Bye.
Well, that'll wrap it up. I think it turned out well. I think it turned out exquisite. I mean, where do you get a 9, almost 10-year-old that is that well spoken? And, it would have been funny to have, some video along with it, just so you could have seen kind of the emotion that was really coming from her discussing this and just the discussion in general. And I think it was great. I know Elise had a blast. She's been beating down my door saying, hey, when is the episode going to be up? When's the episode going to be up? Because we recorded this a few days ago. Anyway, so it's done. You will definitely hear more from her in the future. There's something here. There is something here. We're going to try out a few other things. Anyway, so until we meet again, I'm your minifig host, Matt. Let's build on it.